This squid is the longest ever recorded. It is named the giant squid, and it can stretch up to 45 feet long, longer than 2 cars parked bumper to bumper. For centuries, this creature fueled stories of krakens and deep-sea monsters. But what most people do not know is that the giant squid is not the largest squid on Earth. Somewhere else in the ocean, evolution produced another squid that is not just longer, but far heavier. This creature is none other than the colossal squid. But before we explain how 2 monsters like this could exist at the same time, you need to understand why nature keeps returning to the same successful design. The design that works. And while many of you think evolution pushes animals to grow large for intimidation, you miss the real reason size matters in the deep sea. Down there, survival is not just about speed, but about efficiency, endurance, and the ability to withstand crushing pressure and near-freezing temperatures. Food is scarce, movement is costly, and mistakes are fatal. Every calorie matters, and every chase risks death. Gigantism solves several of these problems at once. A larger body loses heat more slowly, stores oxygen longer, and can endure extended periods without feeding. Muscle mass becomes a living battery, capable of sustaining long dives and sudden bursts of power. Size also dampens the effects of pressure, making the deep less hostile to large bodies than to small, fragile ones. But size does more than conserve energy. It rewrites the rules of the ecosystem. In a place where escape is often impossible, being massive is its own form of defense. A body large enough cannot be easily ambushed, swallowed, or overwhelmed. It reduces the number of viable predators and turns encounters that would be fatal for smaller animals into survivable events. In the deep sea, gigantism is not excess. It is efficiency taken to its extreme. When evolution discovers a body plan that conserves energy, resists pressure, and dominates encounters all at once, it keeps returning to it. Evolution does not care about originality. It cares about survival. When a single design solves multiple lethal problems simultaneously, it becomes almost inevitable. And yet, the deeper mystery remains. Why did this exact solution appear twice, independently, in one of the harshest environments on Earth? Is the deep sea quietly funneling life toward the same outcome, no matter where it starts? Built twice, separately. At first glance, the giant squid and the colossal squid look so similar that most of you assume they must be close relatives. But that assumption is completely wrong. They are not the same species, not in the same genus, and not even in the same family. Their resemblance is not inherited, it was constructed. Their evolutionary paths split tens of millions of years ago, long before either animal resembled a giant. One lineage drifted through temperate, open oceans. The other descended into the freezing depths of the Southern Ocean near Antarctica. They evolved under different temperatures, different prey pressures, and different ecosystems entirely. They never met, never competed, and never influenced each other's survival. And yet, despite this complete isolation, both species arrived at the same endpoint: massive bodies, elongated feeding tentacles, enormous eyes built to capture the faintest traces of light. A design optimized for dominance in deep-water ecosystems where energy is scarce and mistakes are fatal. This is convergent evolution, when nature independently builds the same solution because the problem demands it. But what makes this case unsettling is that neither squid inherited gigantism from a massive ancestor. Each lineage began small. Each grew larger step by step, generation after generation, pushed in the same direction by the same invisible forces. When evolution keeps arriving at the same answer from completely different starting points, it stops looking like coincidence. It begins to feel like a constraint. So if 2 unrelated species were forced into the same form by the deep sea, how many other creatures are already being pushed toward that same shape, unseen in the darkness? Make sure to stay with us while we go into more details. Same shape, different solutions. If these squids look similar, you might assume they live the same way. But that assumption breaks apart the moment you look closer. Their shared silhouette hides radically different survival strategies, each shaped by the environment you would find yourself struggling to survive in. The giant squid evolved in open, temperate oceans where prey is fast, scarce, and constantly moving. In that world, success depends on reach, speed, and perfect timing. When you miss the strike, the opportunity is gone and energy is wasted. But in an environment where food is unpredictable, hesitation can be fatal. But the colossal squid evolved under entirely different rules. Antarctic waters are colder, darker, and far more energy limited. Here, movement is expensive, and chasing prey costs more than it returns. If you lived here, survival would favor mass and the ability to overpower anything that drifts too close. Instead of pursuit, the environment rewards ambush. Take a look at their bodies here, because their weapons reveal this split with precision. Giant squids rely on suction cups to seize slippery prey in rapid strikes, optimized for brief, high-speed encounters. But colossal squids use rotating hooks designed to lock into thick flesh and armor, ensuring that once contact is made, escape is nearly impossible. One strategy is built on motion, but the other is built on inevitability. What makes this even more unsettling is that neither approach is superior. Each is perfectly tuned to its environment, but both lead to the same outcome: extreme size, extreme power, and dominance in the deep. Different strategies, different environments, but the same final result. If evolution keeps forcing different species toward the same solution, what does that say about the rules governing life in the darkest parts of the ocean? The shared weakness. When you are dealing with creatures this large, it's natural to wonder if anything can hunt them at all. There is only one animal known to do so consistently: the sperm whale. It is the only predator capable of reaching their depth, matching their size, and surviving prolonged battles in total darkness. Sperm whales dive deeper than any other predator on Earth, holding their breath for over an hour as they descend into the squid's world. In this lightless environment, vision becomes useless. Sound replaces sight, and echolocation becomes a precision weapon, allowing whales to track massive prey through open water with chilling accuracy. The evidence of these encounters is written directly onto the whales themselves. Circular scars from suction cups and gouges from rotating hooks are etched across their heads and jaws, permanent records of violent struggles far below the surface. Inside whale stomachs, scientists recover squid beaks, the only part strong enough to survive digestion, confirming that even the larger squids are not beyond reach. By becoming giants, both the giant squid and the colossal squid cross the same evolutionary threshold. Their size made them dominant in the deep, but it also made them visible to the one predator capable of challenging them. In the deep sea, growing larger does not eliminate danger. It concentrates on it. Convergent evolution did not just shape their success, it also shaped their shared vulnerability, binding both species to the same inevitable opponent. So if nature repeats the same design, does it also repeat the same predator waiting for it? Will it happen again? If evolution has produced this design twice, the question is no longer whether it works, but whether it can be avoided. The conditions that created giant squids still exist today: crushing pressure, perpetual darkness, extreme cold, and an environment where food is scarce and energy cannot be wasted. These are not rare conditions. They cover most of the planet. In places like this, survival favors efficiency over speed, patience over aggression, and size over fragility. Larger bodies store energy longer, move less often, and endure mistakes that would kill smaller animals instantly. But evolution does not reward effort or intention. It rewards whatever survives. And it does not rush. It waits, applying pressure generation after generation until only the most efficient designs remain. Several deep-sea squids already show early signs of this trajectory. Heavier bodies are appearing where lighter ones once dominated. Thicker mantles are forming in regions where pressure is unforgiving. Feeding arms are becoming stronger, more specialized, and harder to escape. These traits mirror the early stages of both giant and colossal squid evolution. What makes this alarming is that nothing needs to change for this to happen again. No new environment is required, no sudden mutation is necessary, but time alone is enough. Given enough generations under the same constraints, another massive squid is not just possible. It may be statistically likely. Nature does not repeat itself out of imagination. It repeats itself because the rules have not changed. And when the rules stay the same, the outcome often does too. If the deep sea keeps forcing life toward the same monstrous solution, how many giants are still growing where we cannot see them? The giant squid isn't an exception, it's a solution. And solutions, once discovered, have a way of returning. Make sure to subscribe for more.